Here's a smart E-Ink wall frame that might finally change your mind about digital photo frames. Bloomin8 promises years of battery life, pretty decent color reproduction, and smart home integration. Is it actually a really good one? Let's inspect. Hi, so good to meet you. I'm Michael, and today we're looking into something that is smart, minimalistic, a bit different from the usual gadgets that I review on the channel. This is a smart wall frame with color E-Ink technology, with smart home integration, including Home Assistant and a battery that can last for a few years on a single charge. Full disclosure, this video is sponsored by the makers Bloomin8, but as always, sponsorship does not buy my opinion. So I'm going to show you what is great, but also going to talk by the end of the video about the things that I didn't quite like. Design and build quality is actually the part that impressed me the most. Out of the box, the experience feels premium. You get a well-protected frame, a quick start leaflet, and USB cable. Nothing extra, nothing wasted. The design is very minimalist, which makes it easy to blend into most modern interiors. And frame itself is aluminum, finished in matte white color that looks clean rather than flashy, and of course the black edging. On the side, there's a sleep button and a discrete status LED, simple and functional. A big advantage is that it's IKEA Rodan compatible, so if you ever want to change the look or match it with different interior styles, you could swap the frame and give it a fresh appearance without changing the tech inside. Now, one important detail, it is not super lightweight, mostly because of the large battery inside, so it really needs to be properly mounted, because if it falls down from the wall or a shelf, you might damage not just the frame, but also some of the internal components. On the positive side, since it's fully cordless, you have a lot of freedom where to place it, on a bookshelf, on a desk, or of course on the wall, and it's still gonna look like a natural decorative element rather than a piece of tech screaming for attention. If you mostly care about the tech inside, the display has 13.3-inch size. It's based on the E-Ink Spectra 6 panel with resolution 1200 by 1600. Aspect ratio is 3:4, pixel density is about 150 dpi, connectivity works through Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, and there's a 10,000 mAh battery. For configuration, the frame is accessible via a smartphone app. The easiest way to think about it, imagine a Kindle but with a color display, a much larger battery, and a remote control via a smartphone app. It uses the latest E-Ink Spectra 6 technology, which is based on millions of really tiny micro cups. Inside those, different color particles move up or down depending on the electric charge, and that's how the image is formed. The cool part is that once the image is set, the frame doesn't need any power to keep on the screen whatever is visualized. So even if the power goes off, the picture is going to stay there, which is the magic of E-Ink. And because of the way this process works, every time you send a new image or canvas to the frame, you're going to see the typical E-Ink flickering for a few seconds, which is totally normal. It's just the way the display is rearranging all these particles and forming a new picture. So yes, you can change the photos, and this is actually the quite fun part. Now, let me show you the smartphone app, how it works, and what the software overall feels like. The companion app is called, unsurprisingly, Bloomin8. Pairing with the frame is straightforward. You add the device, follow the on-screen instructions, and in most cases you're going to be greeted with a firmware update right after the first connection, which is usually a good sign that the team is actively improving things. Inside the app, there are 5 main sections. Discover, and here you're going to find a large collection of beautiful public domain artwork and photos. It's like a curated gallery that you can browse and send straight to your frame. There's the Artist Collaboration section, where you would find images made in collaboration with different artists. I think these are a bit more modern, more colorful, and overall more expressive than the default section. And you can add or upload your own images, or even use AI to generate new art. So if you want family photos, a custom design, or some wild AI-made artwork, this is the right place. You can also navigate to the device section. Here you manage your frame. You can tweak settings, create schedules, and check the battery status. You can also adjust the image size and orientation to better match your composition and disable the sound feedback if you don't like beeps, though personally I find them quite discreet. Last but not least, in the Me section, you can tweak the profile, and there are some integrations I really liked. You can link the frame to a database of wise quotes or show local weather on the display. And if you want to take the automation to the next level, and if you are a Home Assistant user, this gets even more interesting. You could use this available integration for Home Assistant from GitHub. I wasn't able to add it directly as a custom repository in Hacks. Actually, I could, but the installation didn't work, and I had to do the entire installation manually, but after all, within 5 minutes it worked perfectly fine. After you manually download, unzip and restart Home Assistant, go to Devices and Services, add the Bloomin8 integration and do the initial configuration, which only requires you to take a note of the IP address, which you can grab from within the smartphone app. After that, you not only see the basic status information about the frame, but you also get useful entities and hints that you can use in automations. With a bit of creativity and some YAML skills, you can redesign the Home Assistant cards that display the frame status, or create automations to push new image every day, every few days, or based on specific events. For example, changing artwork with the time of the day, the weather, calendar events such as birthdays, and so on. This is where it goes from smart frame to a really fun integrated smart home gadget. I know you're quite curious about the battery life because Bloomin8 claims up to 3 years per charge. Yeah, that's a bold number, but technically not impossible for E-Ink. The way they achieve this is by using Bluetooth Low Energy as the main connection, while Wi-Fi is only activated briefly when there's actual data transfer. After that, the Wi-Fi is automatically turned off again in order to save power. I obviously haven't had the frame long enough to verify the 3-year cycle claim, but based on what I see from the current consumption patterns and the tech behind it, I'm inclined to believe that battery performance will be very strong in real life. Charging itself is simple and, in theory, something you will do very rarely. To make this a proper review, let's talk about the things that might bother you. The first thing is the weight. Compared to many typical photo frames, this one is notably heavier, mainly because of the big battery and the more robust build. That's why good mounting is essential, and it might limit how casually you can hang or move it. The second thing is the flickering during image refresh. If you're not familiar with color E-Ink, this could look a bit worrying at first, but as I explained, this is just how multicolor E-Ink displays work. It's not perfect, but it's part of the technology. Otherwise, I don't see any other major deal breakers for what this device is supposed to be. So yeah, I genuinely think this is a great little asset for every modern, not even necessary to be a modern home. It's one of the best types of gifts that you can give to someone that you care about, especially if they love art or photos, family photos, or they are kind of interested in smart home gadgets. And given the hardware and the tech behind it, I think the price doesn't feel crazy for what you get. So if Bloomin8 can catch up on deliveries and keep improving the software, this could easily become one of the reference products in the smart E-Ink frame space. And in case you have any questions or you want me to try or film something else, just join the comment section below the video. Thanks a lot for watching. Take good care. If you want to grab one and you're absolutely certain that this is the right tech for you, then maybe you can check the video description area. I'm Michael. Gonna see you in the next video. Bye.